WhyGuru Ji Ka Khalsa, WhyGuru Ji Ki Fateh. So recently we have uploaded a new guide on our Basics of Sikhi website, and it's called a Sikhi Guide Through Pregnancy and Early Parenthood. So basically this guide is a translation and also a vyakhya, a vichar of the Janam Sanskar that was written by Sant Gyani Guru Bachan Singh Ji Khalsa Pindrawale in their pothi called Gurbani Path Darpan. So what we have done is that we have translated the Janam Sanskar, basically the step-by-step guide on what we should do when we learn that, we are pregnant or we are expecting a child. So what do we do from that moment on during our 9-month pregnancy period, and also when the child is born, what do we do? What do we do in the first 40 days of the child's life on this earth, and also until the first year of the child's life on this earth. So the reason why we came up with this guide was that many of us, especially those coming new into Sikhi, or that we have been raised in a Sikh family, in a Punjabi community, but we do not know what we should do when a child is born into this world. Many a times we miss the most important ceremony, which is the Janam Sanskar, which is where a child once born into this world is given a gurti. So gurti is the amrit which is prepared by an amritari Gursikh, just a small amount of pani, added a bit of patase in it, and then stirred while reciting Japji Sarda part. That gurti should be given to the child, 5 drops with the karpan, and the rest of the gurti should be given to the mother to drink. So we have heard, or we have met people who say that we actually missed this ceremony, we did not do this. And so then it comes the question, how did you get your name for your child? And they say that we just came up with it. So one important element in Janam Sanskar is that once the gurti is given, the child is brought to the Hazuri of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. An ardas is done to thank Maharaj for this gift for this child, and deg is done, and ardas and hukamnama is taken. The first letter of the hukamnama sahib is used to give a name to the child. So if, let's say, the hukamnama is gur apne upar bal jaiye, so then the first alphabet, the first akkar, gagga, is then used to give the name of the child. So that's how you select a name. And the name of the child should not be one which is westernized or has no meaning to it. In the Sikh ceremony, in Janam Sanskar, the Sant Mahapurkh, they would say that select such a name that would represent the quality of WhyGuru in your child. So for example, Rasayan, like the name for my daughter, or for example, it could be Preet, something with Preet, which means love for God. It could be Meher, it could be Ananda, something like that, which represents the quality of God, or in which when we say the name of the child, it reminds us of WhyGuru, it reminds us of Gurmat. Now, another element that is described or is spoken about in this guide is the preparation for the coming of the child. So when the couple have had an intention to conceive, right? And when you find out that you are pregnant, your wife is pregnant and you're going to have a child, from that moment on, what do you do? Many times we do not know what do we do. Should we read Bani? Should we do something? Should we go to the Gurdwara, or just let it be, right? And it is in this guide, there's a step-by-step process, or the Baniya, the Shabads we have mentioned on what you should do from the moment that you find out you are pregnant. So a certain Shabad that you should do is for the protection of your child. Sir mastak rakhya par brahm hastaka rakhya parmeswar hai. So this Shabad to protect your child. Then another Shabad you should do is Tati vauna lagai par barm sarnai. So this one also is to protect the child, the mother and the child from any harm and so on. And one Shabad particularly that we should read when we are conceiving or we are pregnant is this Shabad by Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj when Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji was born. Sadgur Sache Diya Pej Chir Jeevan Upja Sanjog. Now this Shabad especially is to do benti to Maharaj that please send such a child, Sadgur Sache Diya Page, that please send such a soul into this womb, into our family, that who will grow up to become your Sikh, to become your Pagat. So it is always a desire of every parent that we want to raise a child who becomes an Agyakari, who respects the parents, who takes care of the family, and who will do good to everyone, right? So as a Sikh couple, our aim should also be that this child grows up to become a Pagat of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. I mean, no parents would want their child to be, falling in a pub or a club or drinking or doing Mari Sangat, drugging and doing alcohol abuse. No parent would want that. We want, a good soul, a pure soul that will make the parent's life happy and will make the life of everybody around him or her happy. So this Shabad particularly is to do benti to Maharaj to send such a soul. Now, the question is, for a soul so pure to come into our womb, to come into our life, into our family, it requires both the parents, the mother and the father, in fact, to have such qualities as well. So what do we do, right? It is highly recommended, suggested, and also we inspire, we motivate parents that once you find out that you're conceiving, you're pregnant, to start a Sahaj Path. So Sahaj Path is recitation of Guru Granth Sahib Ji on your own pace. Just like a Khanda Path, it takes about 3 days, 48 hours, continuous recitation. Sahaj Path is you can pause and then you can continue at your own pace. So it is recommended that you complete a Sahaj Path within that 9 months of your pregnancy. So which means that before your child is born, ideally when you know that you're going to be due on this day, so you can just estimate to complete your Sahaj Path before that. If there's any complications and so on, it's fine. You can also complete it after the delivery and so on. But try to complete it before. So this Sahaj Path is for your child, right? Sometimes the mother will do one and then the father will do one, or you can do one together. Or in a case where you cannot read Gurmukhi, you cannot do a Sahaj Path, then you could get a Granthi Singh to do in the Gurudwara. But sometimes what we do now is we just get Granthi Singh to do a Sahaj Path, pay them money, and then just come for the Bhoga. But sadly, that is not how we should be doing it. So speak to your Granthi Singh or whoever is going to be doing the Sahaj Path. Set a routine or a time or a schedule where both of you, or either one of you, especially the mother, but best is to be both, to sit down and listen to the Path. Why? Because you listen to the Path, but your child, the fetus in the womb, will also listen to the Path as well. We know, science says that whatever the mother watches, the mother listens to, the mother does, the child in the womb can feel that, can experience that. And when the child is born, they are familiar to the sound that they listened to when they were in the womb. So similarly, try to get your child, familiarize your child with Gurbani, with Kirtan, with Simran. So when they are born, they are familiar, they remember these sounds that they heard in the mother's womb. So that is what we should do. Another aspect that we spoke about in this guide is the first 40 days of life when the child is born into this world. So we have heard very often in our culture as well that Chalisi, right? Or Chalisa, where the mother and the child, they stayed at home for 40 days and where the mother can, recuperate. The child gets to bond with the mother gets to heal herself, and we get to take care of the child. Physically, that is done, but spiritually, Sikhi Guru tells that the first 40 days of the child, the moment the child is born, of course, you give the gurti and you do an ardas and take a hukamnama. After that, start a Sahaj Path as well. Now again, ideally, it would be the father or the mother or anyone, in this case would be the father reading the Sahaj Path, and then the mother and the child listen. But again, in this case, if you can't do so, then you could get someone else to do the Sach part. But the condition is both the mother and the child must listen to the Sach part being recited. So it could be in your home, or it could be in the Gurdwara Sahib, or in whatever setting. But it is very important for the child to listen to the Sach part and complete it within the first 40 days. And then you do Smapti Sach part Dapoga and take another Hukamnama as well. Sometimes in India or in other places, if the law permits, the naming ceremony is done after the completion of the 40th day, the Sach part after the 40th day. But sometimes, because of certain laws or certain countries you are staying in, they require you to give a name within the first week. So in that case, you can select the name after the first Hukamnama, where you bring the child to Guru Granth Sahib Ji to do the darshan. So now what we spoke about in the final pages of this guide is the first tier. So of course there are many methods and different styles of us raising our child, depending on the environment that we are in, depending on the the kind of family unit we are staying in. But our aim is to do our best to incorporate Sikhi elements into the life of that child. So what can we do? So very simple practices during the day, when you're bathing your child, when you're dressing up your child or playing with the child, do some Simran, Mool Mantar, just get them to learn or be familiar with that sound, with that mantar, right? And especially on television or media, get them to listen to Kirtan and try to get them to watch those things where it helps them to connect to Sikhi, it helps them to remember Guru Sahib, right? Because the first 40 days, especially the first year, they are still very much connected to Paramatma. The reason why they forget is that because we stop them from having that connection because of all these worldly affairs and desires and all of that. We push them towards the worldly connection, towards the worldly entertainment, and we make them forget Paramatma. So get them to listen to Simran, buy Sikhi books. There's so many that you can find on maitikhalsa.com and many other websites as well. And then when you're having your time with your child, speak to them, tell them Sakya, teach them Fateh. So have pictures of Guru Sahib at your home or for Gursikhs, and make it a routine to say Fateh every day or to say Bole Sonihal, so that when they come to Gurdwara and when they hear Bole Sonihal, they would be, oh yeah, I need to carry up my hand and say Sat Sri Akal. Or when someone says WhyGuru Ji Ka Khalsa, WhyGuru Ji Ki Fateh, they automatically put their hands together. Or when you come to Gurdwara, you teach them Matha Tek and they know they have to bow their head, right? So all these things help them to connect. And finally, as they are about to reach that age where we send them to nursery or we send them to primary school or kindergarten, it is very important for us to send them to Gurmat school as well. Many people question and say, "Sade bacche Punjabi nahi bolde, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ Punjabi nahi ਸਮਝ ਆਉਂਦੀ." That's because we have forgotten to send them to a Gurmat school as well. Because we have again emphasized so much on worldly education that we have forgotten the Gurmat education. So that is highly important as well. They will eventually learn English. They will eventually learn the local language of the country they're staying in. But Punjabi language, Gurmukhi, is one that we have to teach them. And it's especially most important because only through that can they understand Gurbani. So again, there are many things that we have discussed and spoken about in this guide. And I really hope that it would resonate with you. And of course, it's not complete, it's not an A to Z formula or step or a complete guide, because there will be complications and challenges that we face from families to families, from couples to couples, from child, from mother to mother, right? If you want to download it, please go to our website, basicsofsikhi.com, under the download section, and you will find it there. You can get this guide in English and Indonesian language as well. And if you have any suggestions, you think that we might need to add certain things into this guide so it could benefit other people, please do reach out to us, and I would really, really appreciate your feedback and your suggestion. So again, any mistakes or you feel that something is missing, it is my mistake. But other than that, is the greatness of Guru Sahib for bringing this guide to all of you. So thank you so much for watching. WhyGuru Ji Ka Khalsa, WhyGuru Ji Ki Fateh.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. WhyGuru Ji Ka Khalsa, WhyGuru Ji Ki Fateh.
WhyGuru, WhyGuru.